Hello, you beautiful human beings. It's your host Morgan, and I am back with mini pod number 10. I am so excited. I have made it to double digits, which means I am officially committed and I'm amazing. So, if I'm being honest, I am so out of it today. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the weather. Maybe I need more iron, vitamin C. Like, it's been rainy all day. I probably took a nap for over an hour. I did take a nap for over an hour today. And I don't know, I've just been feeling like very low energy. I'm hoping to get it back, but just because I'm not feeling the best doesn't mean that I am not going to give you guys the energy that you deserve. So we're hyping ourselves up. We're getting it started. Let's go. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Today I'm going to be talking about dating after being in a long-term relationship. And if you guys should have come for me, I consider my relationship that I was in kind of long term. But also there are people who have dated for like 5, 6, 7 years and then break up. So it's not that type of long, but to me it was long enough. So yeah, we're gonna get into that. But to start off, I'm just gonna do a little recap of what you guys have missed. I go to UIUC, which at first I wasn't sure if I wanted to disclose, but it's like I graduated in a couple months. It doesn't matter. Like, nobody cares about me. Nobody cares where I live. So I go to the University of Illinois at Champaign, and March Madness has been very, very big on campus. Okay, this is if for those of you who don't know, March Madness is basically a basketball tournament. There's a bracket that you make, and all of these different college schools compete, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't know, guys obsess over it, guys and girls. It's a pretty big deal. Our school made it to the Elite Eight, which is a very big deal considering our basketball team has sucked for the past like 10-12 years. So honestly, going out on a bang has been amazing. Campus has been bussing. There's been so many people. We did actually lose our game against UConn, and that was a disappointment to all, but we made it further than we have in the past years. So it was a very big deal for our school. And I know you guys are probably thinking, like, what does this have to do with dating? But I'm going to get there in a second. Just bear with me. If you don't want to hear about basketball, then skip like a minute or so. But basically, it has been very, very busy on campus. There's been a lot of people coming from everywhere down to come watch the games. And the games aren't taking place here, but we have just a very, I guess you could say, like a big bar culture. And the bars here are very big. When you say a bar, normally you would think about like a little, I don't know, sports bar off the side of like an interstate. But no, the bars here are big. They're basically like miniature clubs. So as this whole March Madness has been going down, everybody gathers at the bars from here and there, and it's been packed on campus lately. And so I have been recently meeting a lot of new people. Girls, guys, I've made a bunch of new friends. I've met a bunch of new guys, and so on and so forth. Basically, any of the new people that I've been talking to, I have met through the March Madness, like, socialization, going out because of these games. I've met a lot of people in a short period of time, and it's been fun, very fun, but it's also been a little bit overwhelming. So we're gonna get into it, because why not? I'm also gonna really try to cut down the editing in these videos that I do, because editing makes me want to die, and I think I make a little bit too many cuts. But I don't know, I'm like very OCD about my videos. If there are pauses, if there are likes, whatever you call those, like filler words, I try to cut those out as much as possible, because I don't like to listen to that. I know other people don't like to listen to that as well, but it is what it is. So I am rambling. I watched 3 different games, and I went out for all of them, and I've met quite a few new people, and it's been fun. I would say, without exposing myself too much, I definitely met some people who I've been interested in, and I've been talking to some guys here and there. And first and foremost, can I just say, I am so used to being like with one person. That sounds so bad. I am so used to having my focus on just one person, and so I have had multiple people talking to me, and it's been fun, but also it's so time consuming. Like, I cannot even begin to describe how I can't sit here and have 3, 4, 5 different conversations with guys. I don't know how people do dating apps. Me personally, I have never downloaded a dating app, and I don't think that I ever will. I really like to meet people just in a natural setting, whether that's going out, in classes, whatever. I think that if I go on a dating app, I'm probably going to find like a really desperate person. And if you're on dating apps, don't come for me. You could be an amazing person, but it's just my personal choice. And so going out on the weekends is really my only time where I can like meet multiple people at once. I've had a really fun time with that, but like I said, it's been so time consuming. I don't know how people do it, honestly. Sitting there talking to multiple guys for multiple days in a row, it drains me. Like, I don't know, I can't do it. I mean, I can do it. I have done it, but it's not all that it's cracked up to be. And so, of course, I like the attention. I like to be able to meet new people, and it's amazing, but it's also tough at the same time because, I don't know, I just feel like that's not really who I am. It doesn't fit well with my personality. I'm a busy person. I recently heard online, I think I was listening to a podcast. It's always a podcast, honestly. Somebody said that if you're talking to new people, like if you went through a breakup and you're meeting new guys or you're meeting new people in general, it's probably not the best idea to disclose why your past relationship didn't work, right? And I think that's actually a really good piece of advice, and that's something that I have kept in the back of my mind as I have been talking to people and meeting new people. And also, I just want to quick little tangent here. I want to say, just because you initially decided to give somebody your attention doesn't mean that you have to continue for a long period of time. Personally, I have a very hard time with rejecting people. I don't know, I guess I'm just too nice or whatever, but it actually is a problem because I will sit there and talk to somebody or like go on a date, whatever it is, even if I'm not like 100% into them, just because I'm like scared to say no. I've seen so many videos of like crazy people doing crazy things. I'm gonna say something very controversial, but I think men nowadays, they lack stability, and it's kind of hard to, like, you just gotta be very careful with the people that you meet because you never know who they are. And I don't want to create a bad impression. I don't want to make somebody upset because you don't know what they're going to do. I don't want to piss somebody off by rejecting them to the point where they're like dangerous to me. And so I think I tread very lightly when I'm talking to new people, and I think I definitely have to work on being able to say no and nicely and just be like, yeah, I'm not interested in you, because there's all different reasons, right? Sometimes I'll meet somebody who I'm just not physically attracted to, or I am like, you're cute, but your personality is wet toilet paper. Like, it's just bland as all get out. And so I don't know, you definitely have to find a balance there, and I'm working on it. But yeah, life has been fun. I would say being single and going out, like going out with your friends, going to new places, it is definitely more fun than it is when you're in a relationship, just because there's no boundaries, you just go out, you have fun, you can talk to whoever you talk to. I feel like I have definitely like come out of my shell a little bit because I am just such a bubbly person when I'm drinking. Like, I just go out and I'm like, oh my god, like I want to talk to this person, everybody's my best friend. Like, I really enjoy social settings, and I think I have a lot of fun. But yeah, you just gotta be a little bit mindful of talking to strangers because you never really know who they are, what they're like, what their intentions are, or if they're psychopaths that actually need to be like in a psych ward and they're just walking around the streets, you know? My computer's getting really loud. I'm gonna give it a second. Get loud, get loud. And I don't know how qualified I am to give dating advice, really, because I'm 22. I've only dated a few people in my life, but I'm also experiencing it right now, so I feel like I'm a little bit qualified. But yeah, talking to multiple people after having your focus on just one person is very exhausting. And I don't know how long I could do that. I might just live out my single life like happily ever after, get a cat and a dog and just call it a day, because having my phone ding 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 all day, it's a lot. It really is. Me and my ex broke up in December. It's now April. It's been about 4 months. There's been enough time in between when we broke up and now that I'm finally like getting out there, feeling more comfortable talking to people. I really enjoy seeing my confidence peak because I don't know, I don't have a problem with approaching people. I feel like a lot of girls will like sit back and wait till somebody like talks to them. But if I see somebody that I like, I will go up to them. And I think that's just a little fun trait that I have. But I won't just go up to anybody. I definitely would say that I have a type. With that, I would also say I've learned to just be open. While I do have a type, there's a lot of people out here. There's a lot of people in the world. And you never know who could be a good connection, right? So you might talk to somebody for a week and be like, yeah, I'm not really interested in them as a potential partner, but they could be a really cool friend. Or maybe you're not even friends, but you just stay connected because they could be a good business partner, or who knows? You know, I think it's really nice to just be able to go out, meet new people, make connections, because you never ever know where those connections are going to lead. And I think that's a beautiful thing. So yeah, when I say that I go out, I'm definitely not just talking to guys. I talk to girls and guys. I'm not bi, but I make new friends regardless of the person's gender. And I don't know, I've been having a good time. Life has really been great lately, and so I have been appreciative of that. One thing that I have noticed, I have still felt for some reason, and anybody who knows me and knows the circumstances in which me and my ex broke up, they're probably like, girl, you're crazy. And like, yeah, I mean, honestly, they're probably just looking at me like, what is wrong with you? But for some reason, I don't know why, I just feel so guilty. Like, I've gone on a couple dates. I met some really nice people. I really haven't met anybody who I'm like, yeah, I see much happening with. But I just like to go out and socialize with people in general. And it's always nice to make a new friend. But for some reason, I feel like a little bit of guilt. Like, I feel guilty about it, and I know I shouldn't. I'm moving on. Like, our relationship is long in the past, but I don't know, there's just like I feel like, oh, because me and my ex live on the same campus, I'm scared that if I go out on a date or I start walking around with somebody that he's gonna see. And it's like, the breakup was not my fault, so I should not feel guilty about it, but I still do. And I don't know, I think it's just like, when you're so close to somebody for so long, you really care about them and their opinion matters. And not to say that his opinion matters. Oh my god, I'm rambling. All I'm saying is that I am a little bit cautious because I don't want to hurt any feelings. Let's say I talk to two guys in one night and we're in the same venue. I am so cautious about that because I don't want to go talk to somebody and be like, oh, I think you're cute, yeah, get their socials, and then have them turn around and see me talking to somebody else. That's not attractive. I think that's definitely a turn off. If it's somebody else in that position, I'm kind of like, Like, I get it. Everybody does it, especially if you're single. You're just out there mingling. But you got to be careful about doing too much. You know what I'm saying? And so, guys, I'm trying to decide if I should tell this story. Why not? First of all, oh my god, when I was at one of the bars during the March Madness, like, Elite 8 game, not that race matters, but this white guy came up to me, and he was like, dang, Shuri, like, I never had some dark chocolate before. What? My jaw was on the ground. I was like, excuse me? And he said it a second time. He's like, yeah, I never tried any dark chocolate before. I was like, you must not be talking to me. Talking crazy. So crazy. I was like, is that your pickup line? And gee, I embarrassed him so much that he ended up just like walking away, head down. He was like, yeah, never mind. Because what? First of all, if you're going to hit on somebody, you got to have better game. Like, don't come up saying some crazy stuff like that. I don't even have game, but like, if you bring race into that, that's weird. No, we're not doing that. And so, anyway, that was an instant no. If you are going to be hitting on people, you better think about it. Think before you speak, because men don't do that enough. And I promise you, you're making yourself look bad. In this day and age, I think you definitely have to be cautious. To any younger girls that are out there, I would definitely not suggest having first dates, going over to their place, having them over. First of all, that's not even a date. But just be so cautious and protective of yourself, where you live, because people are so crazy, guys. I've been on Twitter a little bit too long. I've been on TikTok a little bit too long, and I've seen all these first dates go so south. I've seen people stalk girls, follow them home, like not leave their place, end up showing up at their place. And it's like, mental illness is real. It is so real. You really have to be careful. You never know if somebody's unhinged, which is why I'm always like, I don't want to piss anybody off. Even if I know that I'm not into the person, I'll be like, oh yeah, like, nice to meet you, yada yada. I will engage until the end of the night, and then you can block them. Some girls give guys the wrong number. I don't know if I do that personally, because I know sometimes they're like, oh, let me call you right now. If somebody did that in front of me and I gave them the wrong number, I'd be gagged. I would just run. I would just hit a Usain Bolt. Honestly, that's just embarrassing. If anything, I'll just give somebody my social medias, especially if I don't like them. I'll be like, yeah, you can get my Instagram or you can get my Snapchat. And it's like, there's no harm in that, right? All you have to do is leave them on red or just not respond if you're not into it. I have another little story time. I'm nervous about who watches this, honestly. There's not a lot of people who watch right now, but as my channel continues to grow, I definitely am a little bit scared to tell stories, but I'll tell it anyway. So me and my ex are on good terms, despite what some people may think. We actually are. We're still friends, and I think it's important to be able to be friends with somebody that you spent so much time with, you know, regardless of what happened. At the end of the day, you know me really well. I know you really well. We were best friends for a long time. We spent so much of our time together, and it is what it is. I occasionally will have a conversation like, oh, hey, how you doing, blah blah blah. And I also he lives right down the street from me, literally like 20 steps away from me. So I took him to the grocery store the other day because everybody needs to eat, guys. You know, I was doing a nice thing, and as I was dropping him off, I was showing him something on my phone, and a notification pops up on my phone. It's like, Snapchat from name. I'm not going to say the name, but the name was the same name as his younger brother. And it was not his younger brother, of course, but it's like, out of all the notifications, out of any of the people that could have texted me in that very moment, it had to be that person. And I was shook. I almost peed a little because I was just, I don't know, I wasn't expecting it. And it was just very awkward. I was like, oh my God, you know. So here I am, like, oh my God, look at my friend. It's this person's birthday, da 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 da. And I was talking, and then I see that notification, and my heart drops down to my belly button. Same thing, when I actually met this person, I met him at the bars. And it was loud music playing, as it tends to be. We were talking for a minute. What's your name? He says his name, and I'm like, ooh, that's awkward. That's literally my ex's like brother's name. Obviously, I didn't say that to him, but in my mind, I was like, girl, keep it moving. This is bad. But also, he was really cute, and I was like, I can't pass up on this opportunity, you know? So I gave him my socials and whatever, and we've been talking for a little bit, and things have been great. Anybody that I allow to take up my time. It's intentional. If it's somebody who I'm just like, no, we're not compatible, I'm not interested in you, I'm not even gonna waste my time, right? But I'm just like, out of all of the names in the world, there are probably tens of thousands of names. Why did you have to have the name of my ex's brother? Like, this is so bad, but like, you're so cute, so I have to. Of course, the one time that I was with my ex, so innocently, by the way, like, we literally just went grocery shopping. Of course he had to see that. Yeah, it haunts me to this day, honestly. I don't know what else to say about that matter. I would say dating nowadays in general is definitely tough. There's so many options. We have social media. You can constantly meet new people online, and there's just so many people to compare yourself to, compare the people that you're talking to. And social media isn't always the greatest thing, but if you are going to start getting back out there, start dating, I would definitely recommend not doing dating apps and just meet people naturally, you know. Try to get out there, find somebody that you connect to, and it can be fun. Like I said, they might end up just being your friend. They might end up being your boss one day. You never know. So be nice to everybody. Be kind. Be gracious. And life continues on. Breaking up a semester before I graduate, it's like a blessing, but also a curse at the same time. Because anybody that I talk to, I'm automatically thinking, no matter how cool you are, we're going to be going our separate ways in about 2 months. So it really doesn't matter. Like, I could find the most amazing person in the world, and I don't see it going anywhere. So I think right now I'm just having fun, meeting new people, making connections, and I definitely have a lot of personal growth that I need to do myself. I have a lot of things that I would like to work on, but in the meantime, it's not a crime to like have somebody to text every now and then, you know what I mean? Or maybe go on a date or two. It's not the end of the world. I really wish it would get warmer outside. It's been raining all week for the past 3 days, and I need to move somewhere warm. Genuinely, I need to move to one of the coast because I am not a fan of the cold. I am sick of it. I've lived here in the Midwest my whole life, and I'm over it. But ultimately, if you are somebody who is fresh out of a relationship, I would say take time to yourself, heal, journal, write some songs, whatever it is. Try to learn who you are, understand what you want to do in life, and then also have fun. Like, we're only on this earth for so long. Nothing is ever that serious at the end of the day. I feel like I have grown so much in a short period of time. And I'm just really like going with the flow. It is what it is. That is my number one motto. It is what it is. So I'm excited to see what life has in store. I'm excited to get a job. I'm excited to move. And those are the things that I'm really focused on. But if somebody happens to come along and like sweep me off my feet, I wouldn't be mad about it. But you know, you definitely have to go through your fair share of no's before you find a yes. And also, I know we switched angles, but one more thing. Do not be afraid of rejection, guys. It's part of life. Whether you come up to somebody or they come up to you, it's okay. It's not the end of the world. You're being rejected by somebody who you don't know, doesn't know anything about you. You could be the most amazing person in the world. You could be a billionaire, athlete, straight teeth, perfect body, and still not be somebody's type, you know? So just take everything with a grain of salt. Like I said, nothing is ever as serious as it seems. It might hurt in the moment for sure, but you move on and you keep it cooking. That's all you can really do. So yeah, if you take anything away, it's just keep an open mind. Be nice to everybody that you meet. If you know that you're not going to like that person, don't let them waste your time. Don't waste their time. You don't want them to become attached to you. And I need to take my own advice, honestly. But don't let them get attached to you if you know that that's somebody that you're not like interested in whatsoever. And yeah, focus on yourselves, babes. That's really all I have to say. If you've gotten this far into the video, thank you so much for watching. I'm excited. Honestly, sitting here talking to you guys has made me like so much more excited. I was in a little funk. I was napping. I was tired. I was just begrudgingly moving throughout my day. But here we are. This made me feel better, just being able to chat with my besties. So thank you so much for watching. I love you all so much, and I appreciate the support. I can't wait to see you guys next week with another video. Ooh, that was crispy. Bye, guys.